Remember how I always say that angles exist to make money? Who in their right mind thought that bestiality sex would make money? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this. It's another episode of 10 years ago tonight, as you can probably tell by the title. We're going to be taking a look at WWE Judgment Day 2005. Obviously a SmackDown presentation. It is May the 22nd, 2005. We're live at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with 12,000 fans on hand. 220,000 buys for this one, but that one means nothing because we missed. Oh God, I'm disappointed I missed this. Nunzio defeating Akio on Heat. Damn. I bet it was a classic. Opening promo from this one focuses on Eddie Guerrero's heel turn on Rey Mysterio, how Angle wants to have his way with Sharmell, and of course the main event, which is an I Quit match between John Cena and John Bradshaw Layfield. So, our opening contest is MNM defeating Charlie Haas and Hardcore Holly in an alright match to retain the WWE Tag Team Championships. MNM, if you're wondering, are Joey Mercury, Johnny Nitro and Melina. They made their debuts back in April, beating Rey Mysterio and Eddie in their very first match to win the WWE World Tag Team Championships, or whichever ones they were called, the SmackDown ones. The SmackDown Championship, oh that's on. After attacking Rey a few weeks earlier on Carlito's Cabana. Melina cuts a promo before they make their entrance tonight, and she calls this the biggest night in pay-per-view history, which I think is such a lie. I'm amazed she can do it with a straight face, is the truth. Her entrance is something else. She does the splits as she gets into the ring, and it's just one of those, oh, as a guy, you start going, God, that's fucking wonderful. And I think I'd managed to forget about Melina so much that I'd actually completely forgotten that she did that, believe it or not. Faces get a good pop here. They come out to Hardcore Holly's music, and you sat there going, I really hope that these fans are cheering for Haas. You know, it's one of those, like, they can't be cheering for Hardcore Holly, can they? Thank fuck though, the crowd pop for Haas when he controls at the start, but then they pop for a Hardcore Holly dropkick, so maybe, just maybe, we've got a hot crowd. Holly chops the living shit out of Mercury, which is funny. He's then your face in peril, and because of this crowd, he's able to get a legitimate hot tag to Haas. He gets a monster pop when he hits a beautiful plancher to the outside. Crowds are super hot, like I say, as Haas gets a couple of near falls and a perfect exploder suplex, but Holly goes for a charge in the corner, which misses. He goes shoulder first into the corner, and Haas falls to the snap shot. That gets the win at 8 minutes and 5 seconds. As a match, this is nothing special, genuine. It's just the generic tag team formula. Holy fuck though, this crowd are really hot. If they stayed this hot all night, we're fucking laughing, aren't we, folks? But it's all good. Next match was Carlito defeating Big Show in a rubbish match. Unsurprisingly, oh no, wait, before we 2 weeks ago, Carlito gave the Big Show a poisoned apple. What an absolute dick, eh? Carlito now has Matt Morgan as his bodyguard. Carlito cuts a promo before the match, obviously. And we, the fans, we're not cool because we don't appreciate Matt Morgan. So how does that one make you feel? Because I am fucking devastated by that one. I like being a cool guy, and now I'm not because I don't like some bloke. Anyway, unsurprisingly, Show dominates Carlito until Morgan can pull a rope down. Carlito gets some offense in, but then the ref is bumped in a match like this, the second match on the card between two nobodies. Carlito can go low. Morgan can actually, I'll give him credit for this one, gets an F5, which gets Carlito the win. Nothing much, but the fans popped for the F5, so we'll give it a quarter of a star, maybe, because we're nice. Promo package, oh my days, for Angle versus Booker. You know this one, you know it, all of you do. Bestiality sex with your wife is one of the first things that comes up, and you're just like, oh mate, right. So a while back, and this one's going to come into play in two of the other matches tonight, there was a 6-man number one contender match. Remember, it's an elimination match. Booker eliminated Kurt Angle in that match, which made Angle real vexed, so he challenged Booker to a match, and then Angle started being all creepy and stalkery towards Booker T's wife Sharmell, because his vice. He called Sharmell a gutter slut, but Kurt Angle's vice has been for years apparently gutter sluts. This storyline is shit. He says he wants to have sex with you. I want to have sex with your wife, Booker. I'm not talking just any old sex. I'm talking about that bestiality sex. And it's just one of those, you don't know what that means, do you? It's like, if you're talking about having maybe a rough animal sex with Sharmell, that would kind of make sense. I don't know how Kurt Angle's mindset works, but I definitely one thing I do know is that it's definitely not bestiality sex. What you meant, was it, Kurt? Hell no. This storyline is shit, as I've just said. It's not boo, you're a bad man, Kurt Angle. It's fuck this, I'm gonna go watch something else. It really, really is. In the back, Sharmell tells Booker to get Angle tonight because this is serious stuff. It's weird. Someone, I don't know who, some guy sends Sharmell some lingerie. It's from Kurt Angle, obviously. And it's got some handcuffs in there as well. So, next. Paul London defeating Chavo Guerrero in a good match to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. The commentators come over the whole of Chavo's entrance, making him look like the jobber that he is. They're too busy talking about Booker T and Kurt Angle. Chavo has a count-out victory and a tag team match victory over London, so Cole thinks Guerrero is in London's head. He knows how to beat him. The count-out victory came when London was dropped rib first on the top of one of the ring posts. Surely the psychology and the storytelling of this one will be working the ribs. Chavo starts us off with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. To the knee, says Michael Cole, not the back. Idiot. He spots his mistake and corrects himself, to be fair. He puts on a key lock. This is Chavo, not Michael Cole. That would just be crazy, wouldn't it? He puts Michael Cole in the ring. He puts on a key lock, then it's a lariat, a Rana by London for 2. London gets a drop salt. He wants the 450, which eats knees, which is wonderful because he lands on the ribs. Fucking great. Chavo controls and works the ribs with a backdrop suplex. He drops London on the ropes and kicks him in the chest. Chavo follows with an abdominal stress, which again works the ribs. Happy days. London counters into a splash for 2, but Chavo boots the ribs. He wants another suplex, but eats one from London and a heel kick for 2. London doesn't bother selling the ribs once while he's making his comeback. Obviously. Gets an Enziguri for 2. London does. London wants a victory roll, but Chavo reverses and holds the ropes like a proper heel. Good on you, lad. It gets 2. London misses a moonsault. Chavo can't get the gory bomb and eats a spin kick. London goes up top, but Chavo rolls out of the ring, so London hits a somersault off the top to the outside. I've got to say that like that because the splat when London comes down, bear in mind he's got these injured ribs, the splat that he comes down, oh man, it's fucking great. And it's one of those times, I know I go on about selling all the time, but you guys have got to understand, if you start going, shut the fuck up about your psychology. If London had sold the ribs all match to this point, when he does that somersault dive to the outside and goes splat, it would have added an extra level to the match, wouldn't it? That's the type of thing I talk about. Chavo recovers first. He hits a suicide dive. Back inside they go up top. Chavo wants a super powerbomb. London counters and gets the 450 for the win, and pretty much out of nowhere as well, at 10 minutes and 41 seconds. From an in-ring standpoint, this match was fine. It really was. Decent length, crowd were into the big stuff, but the lack of selling from Paul London was so disappointing. The commentators made a point of telling us about the injured rib as soon as this match started, and Chavo's entire offense was focusing on the rib. So sell the fucking rib. Nah, London just didn't bother. So, well, it could have been a good match. It could have been a great match, but instead it was just a good match. I gave it 3 stars. How's that one sound? In the back, Booker T is looking for Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle's with Sharmell. Next, speaking of those two, Booker T defeating Kurt Angle in a good match. Now, this is a grudge match, as we know, because Booker really fucking hates him. I think, you know, if someone said that they wanted to have bestiality sex with my wife, I'd be quite angry about it. So it can't just be a technical wrestling match. It has to be brawling. So Booker brings the intensity. You know, as soon as he comes out, he is a pissed off guy, and he's got the handcuffs with him because he wants to be kinky with Kurt instead, or that's something, I don't know. Booker lays in the beats with punches and kicks, busting Kurt's mouth open, which is a really nice little touch. Kurt comes back with the chin lock because he's evil. Come on, guys, you know by now. He falls to a hip toss and more beats and a drop kick to the face, which makes sense because it's one of those, look, like I say, it's fuck that wrestling shit. I'm going to batter you. I'm not going to put a fucking chin lock on you. I'm going to punch you in the face if you say that about me missus. It's one of those. That's what it has to be. Ankle lock is instantly countered. Booker gets an axe kick on the apron, but when they go outside, Booker is whipped into the steps. Inside, Angle does what he does. He controls with punches, kicks, and suplexes. He even throws in another chin lock just because he's that damn evil. Because it makes sense for Kurt to wrestle like that. I don't hate you, Booker. I just want to fuck your missus. You know, I'm going to do what I do and out-wrestle you. Crowd are pretty silent as Kurt's in control. He gets back suplex for 2, then a gutbuster for 2. He goes back to the body scissors, but the crowd just won't get behind Booker. They barely react to a spin kick by Booker at any part of his comeback, only making a murmur when he gets 2 off a suplex. We get some, then they come alive next because the axe kick and the angle slams are both countered, but Booker gets a really good near fall off a book end. Booker, the idiot, wants to spin a Rooney, because I know you've said all that shit about me misses, but I gotta do me some breakdancing or something like that. You know why? It allows Angle to come back with a clothesline and the Roman drillings and then a belly to belly, which gets 2. Angle wants the angle slam, but it's counted into a small package for the 3 at 30 minutes and 59 seconds. I do not like that finish. Sharmell comes running down, so Angle gives Booker the angle slam for one of those reasons. He gets the handcuffs that Booker brought out. He goes to cuff Sharmell to the ropes, but Booker makes the save and handcuffs Kurt to the ropes so Sharmell can slap him. That's that. Not bash him his head brains in with a chair or something. I'm just give you a good slapping. Okay match which told a good story. Kurt Angle survived Booker's initial fury, and once he'd worn himself out, he came back and did what Kurt Angle does and wrestles, which was I really likes. This may be, to this point, Booker's best WWE match. That finish was utter shit. It was just so out of nowhere. There was nothing with the ankle lock or surviving shit like that or anything. I expected more brutality, is the truth, at the end. I really thought after Booker had survived Kurt's wrestling schooling sort of thing, that he would come back and, rah, I'm going to fucking destroy you some more sort of thing, you know? Anyway. Orlando Jordan defeating Heidenreich in a rubbish match to retain the US title. Heidenreich is a babyface now, believe it or not, and he just wants to be friends with people. He reads a poem to a young girl called Alex at ringside, and she is far, far, far too excited about it to just be your average fan. I reckon she's a plant. There is nothing to this match other than it's short, and that the girl, Alex, sorry, whatever her name is, she sits at ringside cheering on Heidenreich. Jordan wins at 5 minutes and 1 second with a DDT. It's a dud match. Oh, and the girl then Heidenreich's developed this weird stomp thing that I'm not going to do for you, and Alex makes Heidenreich do that, even though he's just lost the match and didn't win the United States Championship. Anyway, on to the good stuff. All the way first, in the back, JBL is with Josh Matthews. He has his old Undisputed Championship belt with him. We'll see why later, and he talks about his match. On to the good stuff, the 2 main events. This is what people came to see. So the first one, of course, being Rey Mysterio defeating Eddie Guerrero in a very good match. So Eddie finally, and I say finally because this one's been coming all 2005, hasn't it? Excuse me. Eddie finally turned heel on Rey a few weeks ago. He had attacked Rey at the end of the same match that started the problems in the Booker T and Kurt Angle one. That 6-man one. So it went down to JBL and Rey Mysterio, and Eddie attacked Rey when it was just those two. Eddie, when asked why, Eddie said he was being selfish and he apologised for it. A week later, Rey was attacked by Eminem. Eddie didn't make the save. He later explained a week later that he had car troubles, legitimate ones, and couldn't be there. And they stopped speaking, and various other things happened, and they stopped talking. Rey Mysterio got on his face one day, wanting an explanation for all the stuff that's been going on, and he wouldn't give him one. Eddie wouldn't give him one. So he said, well, if you don't want to talk, maybe you'll fight. And they started giving out beats. Later on, Rey is attacked by Chavo Guerrero and Eminem. Eddie makes the save, but then truly batters Rey Mysterio, ripping half the mask off, busting him open, hitting a brainbuster on the ring steps, and now we've got full-bore heel Eddie Guerrero. He says to Rey Mysterio in a promo, "Don't make me take your kid's father away from you." Fucking great! It's just gold. It's one of those. Oh, that's the Eddie I loved so much. Eddie out first. He has a heel remix of his theme music, which is just great. Rey has taped ribs. Another grudge match, so again it's beats. I wonder if the taped ribs will come into this one, like the Cruiserweight match. Anyway, yeah, another grudge match. This one beats to start. Rey fucking hates Eddie. Beats. Don't be putting on a wrist lock. Batter him. beats at ringside, including Ray getting whipped into both the steps and the ring post and then slammed onto the announce table twice. The commentators make a point to tell us about the taped ribs. Fucking yes. Crowd don't not like this at all, telling Eddie Guerrero that he does indeed suck. Eddie sucks, Eddie sucks, Eddie sucks. In the ring, Rey Mysterio looks like he can barely stand, so Eddie dumps him down with a high back suplex for 2 and then locks on an abdominal stretch which works the ribs. Fucking yes. Ray escapes with an armbar, but then Eddie gets 2 off an inverted powerbomb. He removes the rib tape and then locks on a single leg crab complete. Check this out, he's got one leg up, he's holding himself up with his right leg. Where's the left leg? Where's the left leg, sorry? Pushing the knee into the ribs. It's fucking gold, it's so good. Ray escapes, gets an enziguri and a monkey flip. He follows with a springboard headbutt, but is caught in another Boston Crab, a proper one this time, by Eddie. Eddie transitions this into an STF, but Ray gets to the ropes. Eddie sets up the steps, but Ray gets a 619 around the ring post. Oh, it's just great. Inside, Ray gets 3 lariats and a springboard crossbody. He gets a seated senton, which gets 2. On the turnbuckles, he gets 20 punches, but the charge misses and he goes shoulder first into the ring post, allowing Eddie to get 2 off of a superplex. Eddie snaps off 2 of the 3 amigos. The third is countered, allowing Ray to drop Eddie across the ropes, like he wants to do a 619. Out comes Chavo Guerrero for the distraction. Eddie gets a chair, but Ray kicks the knee out, gets rid of Chavo, hits the 619. He wants the West Coast pop, and it's one of those, you know what's coming, and it's one of those, I hope he does. Yeah, he did. He goes for the West Coast pop, and while he's in midair, Eddie swings the chair clean into his face, and it's a nasty, nasty chair shot. That gets a disqualification win for Rey Mysterio at 18 minutes and 31 seconds. Eddie then destroys Ray with the chair afterwards because he can. Really enjoyed the match. Some really nice storytelling touches with the ribs. Of course, Ray didn't sell them at the end, but yeah, that's me. But it's good length, good crowd, good spots, and that finish, of course, means that this feud must continue, and as this is the first match of the feud, that doesn't bother me at all. And it's one of those, well, it can only get better. And this, again, I've just thought of a point that I'll talk about in the main event, and I've thought again, this should have been the match at WrestleMania. It really, really, really should. At WrestleMania 21, I would have much preferred to have seen this match. This match at the WrestleMania setting would have had so much more gravitas. I really, really think that. Really do. 4-star match though. Maybe some of you didn't rate it as high, but saying that, some people may have rated this one higher. So it's going to be interesting to see in the comments what you thought of that one. Lastly, JBL losing to John Cena in an I Quit match to retain the WWE Championships. Cena won the championship at WrestleMania. The very next episode of SmackDown, he introduced his fucking spinner belt. And if you'd have told me on that day, dude, that belt will be used for years to come, I would have laughed at you. It would have been, no, that belt will be used until Cena loses it, and then we'll get the Undisputed Championship back, and so on and so forth. And that didn't happen, as we all know. Bradshaw won the proverbial one we've talked about twice already, #1 contenders match that we've talked about tonight. He reckons that Cena is a bad champion. He's a good man, but he's a bad champion. Before we go on, I need to add that for some reasons, I've never seen this match, so it's all good. Heard a lot of good things about it. I went into this one with quite high expectations. Cena's Bradshaw comes out in his limo, as is his way. Cena comes out on the back of a low loader, complete with a DJ who scratches over Cena's theme music and fireworks. Must be a grudge match. After a bit of chain wrestling, seriously, in a match like this, Cena hits a suplex and chokes JBL. Bradshaw gets a DDT and pounds with fists. Cena gets a back body drop and clotheslines Bradshaw to the outside. Out there, I notice a rap is crap sign, which really does make me smile. And Cena is launched into the crowd, and we brawl, including a neck breaker on the steel concrete. At ringside, JBL asks if Cena quits, which of course he doesn't, so he's launched into the steps. JBL tells Cena to quit or he'll be powerbombed through the announce table. Cena tells him to kiss his ass, back body drops him through the Spanish announce table. Happy days. He follows with a monitor to the head because he's like that, but then it's a genuinely massive chair shot which not only busts Cena open, but this is a genuine manly blade job. He's pissing blood. Absolutely superb. And then if that's not enough, JBL picks up the ring steps and smashes them into Cena's face as well. Cena won't quit, so JBL whacks him a few more times, this time with the mic. Cena is the proverbial Crimson Mask. R.I.P. Gordon Soley. In the ring, a trifecta of clothesline from Hell's Gate, then chokes, and then Bradshaw chokes Cena with his chain, because that's hard to say. When Cena tries to escape, Bradshaw goes low. He uses the mic again, which fires Cena up, punches, clotheslines, a weird flipping hip toss thing, and a back suplex leads to the 5-knuckle shuffle. The FU is hit, but JBL is one of those, look, you're not going to pin me, fuck off. So he bails out of the ring and staggers off to the entrance. And we brawl on Bradshaw's limo. It gets various moves done on it, right? And you come away from the limo and it's got dents on the hood, as the Americans call it, dents on the bonnet, dents on the wings, and it's covered in blood, and it just makes a really good looking visual, I think. JBL chokes with a cable. Cena counters, driving JBL's head into a television. An old school style TV. It's like, yeah, cool. Busting him wide open. There's blood everywhere now. Cena bounces JBL's face off the limo, shattering one of the windows. He then, oh my, so good. Goes up the top, hits a suplex on top of the limo, right? JBL tries to escape, right, by crawling inside the limo. He leaves the door open though, and Cena pulls Jack Bradshaw out and whips him twice into the door, which knocks it off its hinges. Cena gets the door and goes, right, why not? I'll use it. Picks the door up, and then in one of those bits that's a bit strange about this match, he decides not to use it, but instead smashes the windscreen of the limo out, and I don't know why he does that. Anyway, we brawl onto the low loader where JBL gets a desperation DDT. He tries to hang Cena off the top of the low loader, basically. Cena waffles him with the mic. Bradshaw goes backwards through a conveniently placed table. And then the final bit is Cena gets one of the exhaust pipes of the low loader, goes chasing after JBL. JBL wants the microphone and he quits. Doing the, yeah, I'm too smart for that, I quit. Yeah, that's a bit annoying, but Cena wins at 22 minutes and 53 seconds. For good measure, Cena rams JBL through part of the entrance, which looks like it's... Remember the King of the Ring 2001 spots with Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle? Kind of looks like that, the way he goes through it. But he does it with the fucking exhaust, so there was no point in quitting. It was very strange. Some really big and creative spots in this match. I genuinely enjoyed it. It was probably Bradshaw's best ever match. You might well say. And again, and this is what the point I was trying to say before about the Eddie and the Rey Mysterio match, it was this thought that popped into my head. This match should have been at WrestleMania. This should have been the match at WrestleMania 21. If they'd done this match, I don't think anyone would have complained. If they'd done this match and the thingy, like I say, the Rey Mysterio versus Eddie match, instead of the ones that we got at WrestleMania 21, WrestleMania 21 would have been a better show. I'm pretty certain that's a fact. Featuring 4 matches that are 3 stars or higher. This is a legitimate good show. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I was going to say I don't know why I've never seen this before, but I know full well why I've not seen it before, because in May 2005, I moved to Barcelona until, October of 2005. So everything that's coming up now, apart from One Night Stand, I've never seen before, believe it or not. So it's One Night Stand and the Hogan versus Michaels match at SummerSlam. Everything now from now until, like I say, through to Unforgiven or something like that, I've never seen before, so it's all good for me. I was told that this was garbage, so I came away, into it with quite low expectations other than the main event, and I genuinely enjoyed it. I'm happy to give this one 7 out of 10, happy, because there are 2 matches on it that are shite. Let's be honest here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of Judgment Day 2005? Let me know down below in the comments. I'll be genuinely grateful. Follow me on Twitter, check out my Facebook page, subscribe if you haven't already. I genuinely hope that you've enjoyed this vid. I've been Mark P. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys.